Yeah, shout out to Math though.
Okay, I think there was let's stay political. This is for the redcoats are coming. You know what I'm saying? This is the political episode. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Oh Jesus.
Because Ice Cube has been going on a podcast run recently. Period. You know, he did Joe Rogan, and that got a lot of traction because they were having like a man's conversation of a lot of strong opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is why it got a lot of traction. And now Ice Cube is on Tucker Carlson's. He went to Tucker Carlson's show, and it was a 30-minute interview. I think it was longer, honestly, but
it always is.
Yeah, the most
for television. It gets cut short.
Yeah. So I saw the 32-minute version on YouTube, and it was good. And he was talking about a couple things. He was talking about how these liberal stations.
Yeah.
Let's just play this.
And he was also talking about basketball too. About
he was also talking about
Adam Silver, like, yo, come support me.
Stop hating on the kid.
I remember that.
So pretty much what I was. Yeah. So pretty much what they were having a conversation with, and this is something that, if we're staying political, conservative platforms, and which is why it's always good to have variety. So conservative platforms are winning because they don't have a problem inviting somebody that doesn't agree with them to the show.
Yeah. Right.
Which
they've always been like that.
And they've always been like that. Right. And I feel like more and more we're realizing that like these liberal platforms, well, there's plenty of people have always known they've been on some bullshit. Like, let's throw that out there. But I feel like more people are realizing that they're actually worse in terms of open communication, what they claim they preach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just seem to have two different philosophies on approaching different ideas.
Right.
Conservatives kind of like to debate and get to the root of an issue sometimes, as opposed to like liberals, they just feel like if we can shut you the fuck up, we don't even got to prove you wrong. We just don't hear you.
We just got to silence you. Exactly, yeah.
Right.
And it's same with podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, a podcast would be viewed conservative if you have people on that you don't agree with.
Exactly.
And you don't have to be political on any level. You don't have to vote just because. But I think that's one of the things that makes a good podcast network or a podcast show.
There's not voting
or an American flag.
I was about to say you might be right because neither one of us is voting.
You're right. No, but just having
you voted
once
for who?
Shit, it was one of them niggas. I just remember going and signing.
It was one of them niggas.
That's how it be.
He sounded like a mail-in ballot.
Hey,
yeah.
He sounded like somebody stole his crib.
Yeah, but same. I think that makes a good network or whatever when your show has variety. Like,
right.
You don't want a bunch of people where it's only one style of guest. You know what I'm saying? The shit,
only one conversation.
Yeah, it gets dry. Nobody wants echo chambers. Or some people love echo chambers. Let's be clear. Actually,
those people
some
don't
people
get
love
far typically.
They do get far, especially when they're in the echo chamber that's paying them. You know,
how much noise you can make in an echo chamber.
You
got acoustics working in your favor.
Yeah, like
I guess I'm really just talking about what I personally like. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. You're talking about what you personally feel.
You're more objective in your approach. You're not the average consumer.
Right? Not at all.
You are the modern man, but you're not the average consumer.
So
modern white man.
I don't know what clip this is, but this I think I might have screen. I can't remember. See, the problem is sometimes I just don't remember what I screen recorded, but I remember I screen recorded the bitch for a reason. So let's just hit it.
No worries.
How long is this one? Let's always do the short one first.
Yeah, it's 2:31. The other one's 2:42.
And shout
out to Ice Cube for aging realistically.
I was about to say, man.
Dead ass.
Like, this is a realistic way to age.
He has had a real solid aging, term.
This is what you expect.
It's a big world out here. Everybody doesn't have to adhere to me.
That's called narcissism, right?
Yeah, it seems like it. Seems like you're trying to bend the universe to your will. And it don't work like that.
We've been talking almost all day now. You haven't mentioned race a single time. We've mentioned economics, rich and poor, a number of times. Do you think that we overplay the role of racial conflict in American life?
Yes. I think race, it takes up too much space. There's people that we all have in our lives who are same race that we can't stand. And there's people in our lives from other races that we get along with way better. So it's not about race. It's not about color. and gender and this and that. It's about who do you connect with? You know, who do you vibrate with? You know what I mean? Who's on the same wavelength?
I feel like these niggas.
Who wants to be the
Sounds
same
like
kind of
Jennifer.
person? Who wants to do the right thing when you want to do the right thing? That's who you connect with. So I think a lot of people make a lot of money off of the racists fighting against each other and bickering. And they the ones who push it in our face all the time that we're separate. And
Does feel like there's more of that, doesn't there?
yeah, it seems like it's like you're stuck in a bad movie and you can't get out. Like,
shout out to Tucker. Shout out to Tucker
he
because
used that moment.
he had a whole evolution.
Yeah.
Because there was a point in time, I think a year ago or whenever he got fired from CNN,
Yeah.
he was like, "Man, I cried at night because he couldn't look at himself like at his past because it's like, man, like I was being mind controlled and I didn't even know
shit
it.
for the check.
You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
It's kind of like what George Carlin was talking about, what he was going through in like the first like 20 years of his career.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Shout out to Tucker.
But he locked into this convo though.
He's like,
nah,
nah,
you
he's
know what I'm
getting,
saying?
he gets
Seems-
redder every time Ice Cube
Yeah,
answers.
every time,
And
and it's like the camera angle's just like, goddamn, y'all are having a serious convo.
nigga,
Yeah.
shout
It
out
feels
to
like they're
Steven
talking
Spielberg.
face to face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This, this tone of Ice Cube's voice has actually got me locked in. Like this nigga is speaking some.
He's tiptoeing. He's choosing his words
Yeah,
carefully.
yeah.
Like
Everything,
he's about
yeah.
to become
Yeah.
a politician.
And I
Yeah.
still haven't watched. I haven't watched the whole Joe Rogan thing, but I did see clips, the ones that like went really viral, where he said things that people were offended over, or whatever you want to call it, you know, like that were controversial.
Well, he
and
like just simple shit like a
Yeah, it was
man
like-
would address as a man.
yeah, talking about
Yeah.
sexuality, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But you know, it was in that same tone.
Because
Like
Because
it was in
he
that
said, it's not about
You
gender.
sound like a man with lived experience that I don't mind listening to speak.
yeah, for sure.
Long story short.
And then it's like, go ahead, my bad.
I forgot what I was about to say.
Well, it's like
I just remembered.
one of the things that I do like getting this vocal version of this more vocal version of just thoughts and opinions of Ice Cube.
I wish he
do-
would speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's it. We could always go 0.5 on that too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like,
I
you could-
shouldn't have to speed you up.
but
but he's
that's
a
the
little
young
bit
nigga in
older.
you, though.
That's
That's the
the
young
young
nigga.
nigga.
That's the
Yeah,
young
I'm
nigga.
about to say, I feel like I'm in the back seat asking, are we there yet?
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's just the young nigga in you. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these old niggas, they don't talk fast, but goddamn it, every word matters. You know what I'm saying?
Drive
It's-
slow, homie.
And you might miss it if they talk fast.
And shit, sometimes it ignores me, but I'll be like, fuck it, this nigga, he is cooking.
yeah.
He is cooking, though. You
He
know what I'm
cooking. He's really broiling.
Yeah. On a 3, yeah.
saying? Yeah, but we can finish this. So, you know, this is just a little taste of it. I can't remember what the other clip was. I do want to see what, don't worry about finishing this clip. I want to see what the other clip was about, because,
Damn, man, yeah. Ice Cube.
Is he wearing a Monsters
Ice
Energy
Cube is
drink
aging
hat?
perfect.
yeah, he
man.
is. You know, that's a check involved.
Could he go like the Arnold Schwarzenegger route, like just become a mayor out of nowhere?
Well, okay, I'm glad you
I
said
was
that.
just thinking
He
about
could,
that.
No, 100%.
I feel like he could
Why
really
you
be.
say that
the way
shit
he
so
said it?
racist?
No, 100%. Because that's what I was gonna ask y'all. Or,
Yo, you broke that shit up into 2 different words.
Arnold
He said
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Bro, I hate his name,
He did.
Schwarzenegger, nigga. It's like, fuck.
But it did make me wonder what made him step out and all of a sudden be more vocal.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's because the
NBA been pissing him off.
Yeah, the big 3 thing is what it felt like it started.
But I think it's multiple things. It's the big 3 thing. It's also we need more strong opinions now because presidential candidates are making themselves known.
True.
And the more people like Ice Cube that come out with strong opinions that go viral, it forces us to have, when I do sit down with a presidential candidate, well, let me ask you what you think about that, because Ice Cube said some shit that had shit
Right.
turned up.
And you
so
know-
yeah, let me see where you sit on the side of the fence with that. You
And
know?
you know, a lot of times it's not about it going viral. It's just about the consistency. Like this is
Right.
the nigga who made "Fuck the Police," or at
Right.
least co-wrote a lot of it.
Yeah,
you
right,
feel
right,
me?
yeah.
So it just makes sense for this to be his path.
Right.
You know,
It
From
does,
a
it
nigga with an
does.
attitude to a nigga with an opinion.
A nigga with a suit.
or a nigga with a nigga with political power.
And imagine a mayor would have fitted on.
Fire.
but are always a fitted on.
You remember
'Cause
that
know it's
one
never
video of the mayoral candidate that was he was smoking a blunt at the end?
Yeah, I remember
know.
that.
I
It
remember
got a
that.
lot of traction.
Yeah, it got a lot of traction.
There's a nigga
It was
mayor.
in down
Very
south
light.
somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia,
yeah,
something like
somewhere
that.
like that. Yeah,
He became very likable.
became very
after
liked.
that.
I think he was. I think he ended up. He was like a mayor or something, low key.
Did he win or lose?
Are y'all talking about you're not talking about the same one that was like in Detroit that ran the city bankrupt that was like prostituting?
No,
Who's Cory
no,
Booker?
no, it's not.
It's not him?
It wasn't him though.
That's
It wasn't
Detroit.
him though.
You're talking about the gangster.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think
it wasn't-
I just
it wasn't
thought
him,
of the
though.
blackest political
yeah,
guy
you're talking about the gangster in Detroit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there was also a mayor that did crack.
Most of them.
Well, these are people, so they do all everything.
Yeah, people
that
do
niggas
drugs. Yeah,
These are
do
people.
harm.
We always gotta
These
remember.
are elected officials
Who are
selected
pe-
to run a
Oh,
part of
nobody
the
said
world.
they shouldn't be better, but niggas do nigga shit.
Yeah.
They listen in the
regular ass
future
people.
just like me.
Yeah,
For sure.
Fuck.
that's what it is.
Let's see what this clip was about. This might be about the police, but I can't remember honestly.
Fuck
Or it might
police.
be about like Oprah. It might be.
But he
listen,
did talk about the police.
He did talk about the police.
Does he
I
have
just
a
don't
ups-
remember.
Hey,
I
why you say
fuck it.
Oprah?
yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
Just-
yeah.
just hit play.
That's
I
funny.
can't remember.
It's either 12 or Oprah.
And then like where I wanted to go with it comes out. You know what I'm saying? Once I hear it. But
And real quick, does it feel like Tucker Carlson is acting
Wearing a
with these
wig?
mannerisms?
Oh,
Felt genuine so far.
He asks questions with his face.
you gotta understand.
yeah, I can't say.
We
I
don't
I don't
ha-
watch enough of him to know.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
personally.
We don't know how you would act if you had a nigga with a 4K camera just on your face. You know what I mean? You wearing a
Like
suit.
how you actually
Like-
look that close. Yeah, that's true.
Perfect
'Cause
lighting.
the
He's
cam-
under a microscope right now.
Yeah,
he
he
knows
really
the
is.
lighting is hidden. Yeah.
Your dog isn't aware of spatial awareness anymore. He just,
No.
He just slowly stops giving a fuck like when he was leaning on the table.
right.
Oh, we pissed him off.
He like, all right,
Oh,
talk
now
shit.
you want the bed.
Yeah, this nigga has a perfectly fine bed, but he just been under our feet for 2 hours.
Shout the dog, man.
Yeah, just lay down, man. Okay, let's watch this.
I've noticed something weird. I've never been a big hip hop fan, but I've met a bunch of hip hop performers,
Yeah.
Niggas.
and they're all pretty open minded, way more open minded than say your average college professor. I wouldn't have expected that. Why do you think that is?
College professors, they all want their jobs, and if their staff or administration is saying, "Hey, we think this way at this college," sometimes they understand what that is and they stick to those guidelines. Rappers, we're free spirits for the most part. Some of us who are not locked down to these crazy contracts, but
he means convicts.
we know doing
used to breaking
things
the law.
the way they were done in the past hasn't really gotten us as far along as a people as we have wanted. So we tend to break the mold. We tend to be disruptors. We tend to not wait for an invitation to the party. We tend to either come in through the window, you know what I mean, or kick the front door down. But we're coming to the party. So
Somehow made
that's
that question.
how
he just
we've
turned this into
actually been able to gain success.
He turned into a B&E
Because
charge.
everybody wants you to be in your little hole. Everybody wants you to stay in your lane and all that stupid stuff. And as soon as I hear that, I'm out of my lane immediately.
But you should stay in your lane, don't you think?
No. If I would have stayed in my lane, I wouldn't be here. I would still be in South Central Los Angeles,
Selling crack.
not following my dreams.
So you're not surprised that rappers tend to be more open minded?
Whew, the way he answered that question, he really
answered that question like
I didn't know how I would answer that question. Like,
I know
shit, Tucker.
exactly how I would answer that
Like,
question.
goddamn, nigga.
We're criminals. We're used to breaking the fucking
But
law.
that's what I thought about, but that's not. You know what I mean? That's not answering
freedom.
the
Nigga
question.
say
That's
we're
not the
free
real
spirits.
answer,
Yeah.
though.
It is the real answer.
Nah.
How can you not be open minded when you just did drugs for 2 hours before walking in here?
I think
the nigga's
but-
probably not even.
But
wearing
I
the
think
shirt.
it's the same-
about
He talking about
rappers.
rappers.
No,
Not
I think it's the same.
MCs.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck. You sound like KRS
Nah,
One.
yeah.
It's the
MCs.
same thing we was talking about last time where AJ said it's like it for a person to start from the bottom and get to the top, you just naturally are way more open minded.
Yeah, we're poor. We used to
Yeah,
be poor.
that's what it starts from. And more than just breaking into shit. Well, you start doing that because you're poor. So yeah, I feel you.
That's what I'm saying.
This
Yeah, I
might
feel you.
just this question might speak more volumes to Tucker's ignorance.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
would you expect
Yeah.
a musically inclined person to
To not
be, you
be-
know, in a
to-
box?
to not be open-minded.
Yeah, to not
You
be.
feel me?
Well, no, just because you musically inclined doesn't mean that you're not strict with some of your convictions.
Well,
But
you
why
know.
the fuck is he comparing the mindset of rappers to college professors? That was just like such a weird.
No, that makes sense.
No, that makes- that
because
comparison makes sense.
there's two different worlds. So you got to remember, like, there's a lot of white people who just haven't even talked to black people that much.
This is
Right.
his first
So
time with the
they
nigga.
don't even know. So it's like when they actually can get somebody that they can talk to that won't be offended as their questions.
Especially Ice Cube, nigga.
Ice
The
Cube,
most niggas of
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I can ask this person questions about black culture that I've literally always wanted to know. But in his world, especially being political and debating, like politicals and college professionals, these shits go hand in hand. Like
Exactly.
especially like at these like fucking PWCs. Is that what they call them?
PWIs.
PWIs, yeah.
Institutions,
It's like
PWIs.
your teacher will be out there chained to the fucking railroad track with you to fucking boycott some dumb shit.
With a
Yeah.
megaphone.
You know what I'm saying? What's up with a megaphone?
Trying to
and,
free the nipple.
you know, shit like that. So it's like they're looking. He's probably more used to interacting with people like that than people. So when he did start interacting with rappers, he's like, "Damn, I can have better conversations with them."
That's
than-"
actually
then
brilliant. They should make
that-
this a series.
yeah.
And it makes sense because it's like he just left CNN. Like he just left the devil.
He's
Fox News, right?
He's a free agent for
Or
real.
one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah, he's a free agent. out here.
Imagine Tucker and Tunchi.
Ugh. That might be terrible.
I'm pretty.
I
much,
don't know. I would watch a 12 episode series of him talking to niggas.
Maybe
Wait. You talking about Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear shit that nigga got to say, bruh. Lil
You
Wayne has
don't
been
want to
talking about
hear
the same.
Tucker Carlson ask Lil Wayne about why he doesn't think Black Lives Matter?
No, absolutely not.
That's a fabulous nigga.
Absolutely
crazy.
not.
it would be cool.
That's at least a
Bro,
15-minute segment.
It would be cool,
Lil-
but Kendrick would be a
Yes.
lot more. It would make a lot more.
But
Cold.
you gotta go to both sides of the token. For every Kendrick, you need a Tunchi.
Nah, there's some people we don't need to hear from, and it's like
You wouldn't want to hear Boosie and Tucker.
Oh God.
that. I actually wouldn't want to hear.
That's what I'm saying.
Boosie is more political. Boosie makes more sense than, bro. Lil Wayne lives in his own fucking world.
Yeah.
Nothing that he says, I'll be like, what are you talking? It's
Yeah.
all part of his world. At least Boosie says shit that I'm like, I seen that in the real world. Like,
yeah.
Lil Wayne is so unrelatable.
He's too out of touch.
He's so unrelatable. It's ridiculous.
Boosie
like,
has a lot of perspective. He has a dyking daughter.
yeah, and
You know what I
it's
mean?
Yeah, I had to calculate that at first. I was like,
a dyking daughter.
what did he do to his daughter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's. I stopped putting Lil Wayne up in like one of the greatest rappers, even though he's obviously one of the greatest rappers. But I don't care about his music because I'm like,
You don't like it personally?
no, it's like this nigga hasn't talked about anything new for the last 20 years.
Yeah, drugs.
This nigga is 40, almost 50. He's still talking about fucking pussy, money, and weed. This is crazy. Like,
But I mean,
your music hasn't matured at all. Even like we've gotten more growth out of Future than we've gotten out of fucking Lil
Hendrix
Wayne.
was beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
musically, we've gotten actual like more growth out of. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, like no, I don't want to hear your opinion on anything.
I feel you. I wouldn't want to hear Lil Wayne talking about anything other than like sports or just something.
Yeah, something like that maybe.
But politics, nah. We don't have to hear every rapper talk about
He
politics.
would have more chemistry with like Skip Bayless and just talking about the fucking Clippers than he would
Yeah.
with Tucker in the
Yeah.
State of the Union.
Right.
He'd probably be all right.
I would rather see Tucker talk to Redman.
Or Jazzy Jeff.
Something like that, or Method.
Yeah, or Method Man.
Method Man, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's
Sick
kind
of
of crazy.
talking about Redman.
But yeah, definitely check out the full interview. It's only 30 minutes
Or not.
or not. It's up to you pretty much.
I
So-
Depends
watch
on your
this-
patience level.
Watch this over the Math Hoffa and RFK.
yeah,
'Cause
I'm definitely suggesting this over the Math Hoffa
Yeah,
interview.
for your
no
ears.
questions asked.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I
care
take
about you.
slow talk as opposed to Brillo pad conversations
For
any day.
sure.
And also watch that Lawaz show and 3 Yoke,
Yes.
Wednesday and Monday. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, share, hit that bell. Woo, woo.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll get into some fun stuff, dog. We're done with politics.